All right. If you guys want to do a search on YouTube for Weston, it's Weston UK, like the United Kingdom. So it's Weston UK Velocity 50. You'll see something very similar to what I'm building here. My friends Pete and Dean. Dean flies these Weston UK models, I believe, with the team. I believe he's a team pilot. But I've seen some of his videos on YouTube, and I absolutely fell in love with it when I first saw it. And I just, for the past 8 months or so, I've been wanting to build one, and I finally got the itch to start working on it. So I'll give you kind of a tour of the progress that I've got so far. This is a 3/4 inch insulation foam board from my local Do It Best home improvement store. Very cheap stuff, very fun to work with. The Weston UK Velocity 50, it does have a bit of an airfoil on the top. The belly is flat, but there is a bit of an airfoil on top. So I've got these pieces of balsa that I measured out and trimmed to make ribs to make my airfoil. Each one is progressively shorter, so it gives the airfoil, but it also tapers off to the end. You'll see I've got, these are one of those 3/8 by 3/8 poplar square dowels in the frame for strength and rigidity. I cut those grooves out, and then I gorilla glued these ribs, or these I call them spars or frames. I glued them in there. The belly of the cockpit, that's some 1/8 inch light plywood. See, it's I think it's about 3 inches here at the front, and it comes back to about here. I think that was 14 inches back from the nose, and then here it tapers back to a very large vertical stabilizer. See that right there? A pretty good sized battery compartment and receiver compartment. I'm using a 6-cell brushless in-runner, because I'm trying to get the same amount of speed, if not maybe a little bit more, than what Dean uses on his Velocity 50. And that will sit in here, and it'll actually come through this little spot here. This will be covered up by the canopy cover, and then this here will be open to allow some air to get to the motor. I'm going to drill some holes through these sides here to allow some air to get in there. This is actually it's a piece of aluminum. It was formerly my ruler, but I didn't have any aluminum. That was that was not real thick, but the width was the important thing. And my old 12-inch ruler, well, I had to sacrifice it, so I'll have to get a new ruler. I've got a couple pieces of angle aluminum here that I cut. That's screwed to the belly, and then there's some bolts that come through the side through here and tighten up there. There'll be a 6-cell battery in here. I'm looking to get like a 3700 or a 4000, so I can get some good, nice flight time out of it. I'm going to run a Spectrum AR 6200 with a satellite receiver. It'll have I've got a 150 amp speed control that'll go in here. I've got two Futaba S3010 Metal Gear servos, very, very strong. Actually, when I was looking at the Weston UK website, when I was looking at the model, I was looking in the manual, they actually showed these particular servos, so I went and bought those. They're a bit pricey. I think they were $24 a piece, but it's the same servos that they showed in the manual, so I had to have them. I decided to make 2 of them, so I'm building 2 at the same time, just in case, in case my first one goes into the ground real bad, then I've got the second one on hand. I don't have my elevons cut yet, but I do have them marked out, so I'll be working on that. I've got these pieces of balsa It's got kind of a leading edge kind of shape to it. So what I'm going to do with that, let's see here, I'll take that flat side there and put it on the leading edge there of the wing. I think that'll just really clean that up and give a nice good airfoil shape to cut through the wind as this thing is screaming around. Actually, I got to go get 2 more of those because Hobby Shop only had 2 when I was in there, so I've got those. These here, this is Dollar Tree foam board that I cut and trimmed. I've got to do some more trimming, but this is it. This will actually be the upper skin. Get that on there. But I mean, if you can imagine, if you can imagine these ribs that are on there standing up like that, these pieces of foam board will round over that really well, I think. Sorry, get the thing to focus. There we go. I think I'm moving the camera around too much. The camera can't keep up. But, so, yeah, that'll sit on there. Let's see. Yeah, it's got to be trimmed. But anyway, you see, that'll come down and give that a really nice round airfoil. This here will actually, it'll be up here a little bit more, but I'm just kind of holding this back so you can kind of see the airfoil there. But I think that's going to work out really well. It'll probably, I'm going to be trying out some different propellers. I'll probably do a bunch of bench testing on the propellers, because I really don't know what size propeller I should be using on this. The actual Weston UK Velocity 50, it's got a gas engine on the front, and I believe they run 10x6 APC props. I'm not sure. I think 10x6 is going to be a bit too much. I think it should be a bit too much propeller for the motor. So I'll be testing probably some like 7x6, 7x7s, and maybe some 8x6, 8x7 propellers, and we'll get it hooked up to the watt meter and see what kind of wattage we get at various amps. But this is what I've got going on so far, and see here. It's just it. It'll be the same thing on the other one. Let me get this to focus here, but this is like the back of the battery compartment. I cut a little slot underneath there for the servo wires, because this little spot right here is where the servos sit. So the servo wires come underneath that little slot right there. That little hole right there is for the extension for my satellite receiver, because I think I want my satellite back here somewhere. I'll probably put it on the outside, but anyway, that's what I've got going on with my scratch builds. The Weston UK Velocity 50s. Pete and Dean, I'm really looking forward to reading your comments on this. I certainly hope that I'm doing a good job compared to what you guys fly. You guys fly the actual kits. No, this is what I've got going on. I still do have my large 3D plane right there. I need to get back to that. I need to stop starting new projects and get back to that and get it finished, but I'm working on it. There's the cockpit and the wings. Oh, speaking of cockpit, let's go back over here. I went over to the craft store the other day, and I bought this chunk of foam. It's 2 inches thick and 12 inches across. I forget how long. I think it's 26 inches long or so. This here, I'm gonna cut some strips out of it about this long. That'll be the width of my cockpit here, and I'll probably make some other marks on it and run it through my scroll saw, get it cut down to shape, and then I'll get some sanding paper out and probably just sand it down by hand to make the shape of the canopy, because I have really all I'm basing it on is this picture here that I've got. Come on, camera, focus. Yeah, it's a pretty crappy picture anyway, but I'm going off that picture there and this picture here. There we go. But you can see how it's it's round on top. go back to this one here, more of a side profile. But yeah, this right here, this is what I'm going to try to make out of that block of foam. And then when I get it shaped to the way I want it, then I'll cover it. Probably cover it with some colored duct tape first, then hit it with some clear packing tape, or maybe some more colored packing tape. But that's what I got going on. So I appreciate you guys watching. There's been a couple of people that have been following me along on this, and I've put some pictures on the forum about it. Actually, the forum is www.rchangout. That's rc-hangout.com. Really nice forum. Good bunch of guys. We're all over there having a good time, sharing each other's stories, including this one. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching.